Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and hello if you're new. Make sure that you subscribe, that way you'll never miss out on another pick a card reading. I do it on my channel every single Friday. Okay, today we're going to get into this full moon that we're having, the last full moon of 2021, and it's in the sign of Gemini. So I pulled a few cards that I really felt like these decks speak some Gemini energy, so I wanted to pull from there. So I'm going to have you pick a pile number or an image. So go ahead and pick pile number 1 or the first image, pile number 2 or the second image, pile number 3 or the third image, pile number 4 or the fourth image, whichever one draws you in, whichever one is pulling you closer, that makes your skin tingle, makes your heart beat a little faster. That's the pile for you. Okay, so go ahead and pick. And I also want to let you guys know that there's so many new things up in my shop. I have a bunch of tarot cards, resin tarot cards up in my shop that are infused with a lot of good herbs, crystals, oils for specific intentions. And these two specifically, the Lover's card and the Magician card, are corresponding with Gemini energy. We'll get more into that into the individual readings if it comes up. But with that being said, let's get started. Pile number 1, or everybody that picked this butterfly image. This is a funny story. Actually, let me get up and grab this real quick so I can actually show you this. Okay, so you know I'm not lying. I've been followed by the blue butterfly for a while now, and blue butterflies are such a big symbolism of Lilith. So if you guys have been seeing butterflies, specifically blue butterflies, consider Lilith, or maybe like she may be reaching out to you, she may be calling out to you. That's insane. Okay, so this right here is a logo that I painted for my butterfly oil, and this blue butterfly has just been following me everywhere, you guys. I just wanted to show you. This oil is up in my shop. It is probably my favorite oil that I have made ever, just because of the way it smells, what it represents. I've always dreamed of having a spirit that feels free, and butterflies for me have just associated with that in all my journeys. I've been through death and grief and so many things, and it's always freed my spirit from all the trauma. So I did want to just throw that out there, because as soon as I saw this butterfly, I was like, I have to tell you guys. But let's get into your reading. With that, all that being said, your reading is my favorite probably. So I picked some tarot, I picked some oracle, and let's get into it. The first 3 cards are from tarot. Okay, I feel so out of breath. So I do feel like I'm picking up on the energy from you guys. Are you just tired, out of breath? Where is this butterfly right here? Here's the thing. Lilith comes to tell you that you are doing something that you're not supposed to be doing, and it's wearing your body down. Okay, Lilith is very fond of the female body. So just keep in mind with this full moon in Gemini. Okay, the cards for this full moon in Gemini, the tarot cards, are the Magician and the Lovers. So look, there's going to be a lot of choices being made. The Lovers brings a lot of decisions and choices that need to be made. Now with the Magician though, it's almost like you're making this decision, and it's such a hefty decision that it's going to affect your reality big time. And that's the whole message of the Magician. Now I see with the Knight of Pentacles, this full moon in Gemini is going to be bringing you some kind of money, inheritance, income, wealth, a check in the mail. Expect some form of money coming in, and this is purely probably just a gift from the universe, or you cultivate it yourself and you get to see the fruits of your labor. The Ace of Swords right next to the Devil, you guys, is telling me that there's some form of thinking that really needs to be cut out here, and the full moon in Gemini is here to do that for you. That's where the Lovers comes in. Lovers is so much not just about romance and love, it's also about choices. So I feel like there's so many choices that you were not making because either you were fleeing from making the decision, scared of it, procrastinating it, it was intimidating you, or this making this decision was giving you extreme anxiety. Okay, this form of thinking is going to be cut out with this Gemini full moon. And then you're going to start to see the effects of that, and that your fears were really for nothing, and they were actually just in your head, which is, I feel like, such a Lilith energy. She doesn't let things get into her head. She follows her own heart, her own bliss, like the butterfly. It will fly to wherever it pleases to get whatever it needs to get, and it will mesmerize and captivate as it does it. Right? So much of a Lilith energy that I see right there. The devil also tells me that there may be some taboos that you will be breaking. Like some things that maybe you were taught were so taboo, but this Gemini full moon makes you open yourself up to it. Okay, and that's such a Lilith energy too, is like all those things you were taught. Oh, don't have sex before marriage, or oh, you shouldn't eat this, or you should sleep at this time, or you should not take a nap ever, or whatever the hell you were taught, right? Lilith comes to say, nope, you were taught that, that's fine, but it's time for change. It's time to cut that thinking out, because there's something growing and you need to cut this thinking out because it's just holding you back. Okay? Such a good reading for you so far. This full moon is going to be very fruitful. Money coming in, okay? Now, the next few cards that come up is going to be oracle cards that I've pulled for you. So one of the challenges that you may find yourself in around this full moon in Gemini is of yourself surrendering to the beauty of the natural world, like the card says. So taking a relaxing break, spending some time in nature, replenishing yourself, and feeling beauty, feeling ecstasy. When was the last time you did that? Such Lilith energy right there too, right? Lilith wanted to be on top and Adam said no. And so she was shunned out. And I feel like this is such that butterfly energy where you just want to fly, thrive, right? Flap your wings and go wherever the hell you please. You want to experience your own life. And such a huge energy of this moon with this, you guys, let me know in the comments down below what you're feeling, because I want to know. You're coming into your own self. You're coming into your own being with such, I don't want to just say Lilith, because I know a lot of you don't work with Lilith, but if you work with Kali, if you work with Oshun, if you work with Santa Muerte, if you work with Medusa, Hecate, Bast, these are very feminine but wild energies. They embrace that feminine wildness, if that makes sense. And so I feel like this full moon, not new moon, full moon in Gemini, a lot of you are going to be drawn to things that make you feel like your life is beautiful. Follow that, okay? Follow it. Cut out any thinking that makes you not follow that. Anything that makes you feel like your life is beautiful or adds beauty to your life around this full moon in Gemini. Remember, Gemini is going to bring a lot of beauty, a lot of free spiritness into your life right now. And so when you feel that, don't get scared. The devil sometimes makes you feel like some emotion you're feeling is so bad or wrong or off. But sometimes we just need to look in a little bit deeper and realize that the old needs to be cut out and the new is coming in, and the new is beautiful. The new is this Lilith energy. The new is fruitful. Look at that. Money's crawling literally up this man's body. Keep that in mind for this full moon. We have 2 cards left. The first one is Artificial Heart. And then we have here an oracle card that I wanted to pull for you guys when it comes to a love message. So practicing compassion. See things from a fresh perspective. Yes, there is definitely this energy of you seeing something very differently around this full moon. So 3 days before the full moon, 3 days after the full moon, and on the day of the full moon, you're going to notice a lot of changes. Specifically, a lot in your thinking and a lot in your heart space. Everything that was fake, that you knew in your heart was fake, you're throwing it away. Or you're leaving it behind. You're cutting it out. Ace of Swords means you cut something out. And this butterfly, look, you are ascending. I almost feel like I want to say you're leveling up like one vibration higher. For some of you, it's a few vibrations higher. And it's because you cut out this, whatever this form of thinking was. After this Gemini full moon, it's over. It's done. No more. It's not going to affect you anymore. Okay? And then we have practicing compassion. So a lot of the things that you've been through, group number 1, has made you very cold and has made an ice box form around your heart, right? But the devil, what is the devil? It's heat. So the devil comes to thaw you out. That's not a bad thing. I feel like whenever the devil card comes up, it always teaches me that there's some form of thinking that I was taught, whether that be by school, society, parents, culture, religion, whatever, right? Trauma, experiences, whatever. Sometimes those things you form into yourself to survive. But then when you evolve into a different vibration, a different level, a different lifestyle, a different energy, you need to let that old energy go. And that's where that devil comes in for me. So I wanted to let you guys know that. Your reading looks amazing. Keep the Lovers and the Magician card underneath your pillow. You can write your name on the back of it with your intention on the back of the Magician card. If you need help making some sort of decision, I want you to write it on the back of a Lover's card. Print it out. You can get these resin ones and you can literally write on the back with dry erase markers, and then you can like erase it after when your intention is all done. You could work with it in so many different ways, but I do want to let you guys know that. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Happy full moon in Gemini. It's a really good full moon for you guys. I wish this reading was for me because it's really, really refreshing and liberating. And you have so much of that dark feminine goddess energy within you and around you, and use it. And it's devilish, but it's fruitful and it's freeing. All right. I just want to throw that out there. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll talk to you very, very soon. Bye. Okay. For everybody that picked pile number 2, this card. Okay, first of all, it's giving me the Sri Yantra vibes, which is the yantra for Lakshmi, which is corresponding with so much beauty, luxury, love, money, wealth, abundance, opportunity, blessings, miracles, and just beauty in all aspects of your life. So expect to see that energy around this full moon for you guys, Gemini. This Gemini full moon is going to be very, very fruitful, very good for you, very, very good energy, especially when it comes to your love life. Pile number 2, there's 2 dolphins here. And dolphins are playful and free-spirited and loyal, and they like to have fun and they like to show off. Okay. If you've ever seen a dolphin, and if they know that you are watching them, they will show off. And so keep that in mind around this whole Gemini. And Gemini is very flamboyant energy, okay? So Gemini is air. They love attention. They're ruled by Mercury. They love things being done fast, quick. They love communicating. They love talking. They love expressing themselves, whether that be in the form of expressing yourself through words, through your tongue, or through your clothing, the way you present yourself and your body, your hair, your makeup, your tone of your voice. It's the way you present yourself. It's a form of your expression. So that's going to be something you're going to pay attention to for a lot of you. All right, let's get into the card. So I pulled a few Oracle and I pulled a few Tarot. Let's get into the Tarot. The 10 of Cups, really good energy right off the bat. Emperor, really... Are you serious? Okay. Okay, Gemini. Gemini, I feel like I relate to you guys a lot because I'm a Libra and I'm an air sign. And I'm very airheady at times. And sometimes it I don't know, it gets to people, affects people. I don't freaking know, right? But I'll be fine in my head. But other people will get intimidated or affected by the things that I say. Even if I say it in the most gentle, kind, sweetest voice that I could ever conjure up in my life. Here's the thing, Gemini. Why do I want to... Am I talking to Geminis right now? Like, I just feel like I keep saying Gemini. It is a Gemini full moon. Okay. 10 of Cups. 10 of Cups means manifestation, achievement. Something is going to be coming full circle and you're going to be manifesting this full moon. So what kind of seeds did you put out there? And then however you worked it. Okay, I want you to write it down and remember what you used, how you used. Did you journal? Did you use this herb? Did you use that candle? Did you do it while you were dancing? Did you do it while you were taking a bath? Like, when you put the intention out there for this thing that's going to manifest, what did you do? You have to remember that and you need to write it down. Start a book of shadows, something. You guys, pile number 2, get very distracted. And so you don't write things down. You manifest and then you accomplish and all of these good things happen to you, but you don't document it or write it down a lot of the times, and you get distracted or you get... Look, airheadiness is a big thing here right now. That's so funny. And then you also got the full moon card. So I want you guys to work with this full moon because it's going to help you a lot. If you have the Shri Yantra, you can Google it. I don't think I have any of my Lakshmi oils in stock yet. I'm waiting for my stickers that I hand painted Lakshmi myself. So those are going to be the stickers for the oil, but I'm still waiting on those. It would have been a perfect oil for you guys to catch and grab right now. But if you don't have it, work with Lakshmi energy. If you don't want to work with Lakshmi, you could also work with like Oshun would be really good to work with. Any deities that have a lot of pinkness to them, very beauty to them. Oshun is the perfect one that I could think of next to Lakshmi. And 10 of Cups means a lot of you guys are going to be spending a lot of time with your family around this full moon in Gemini. And it's going to be very good. Happiness, manifestation, healing conversations, memories to be made, fun times, cheer, good food. It's going to be a good time around this full moon for a lot of you guys. Now, the Emperor here. The Emperor is a energy that is very, sometimes can get a little serious. Right? Now, I do want to see why, though. Why did the Emperor pop up when this full moon is bringing so much luxury, beauty, and fun, and manifestation, success, and achievement into your life? Why does the Emperor pop up? Right? The Emperor represents a person that is flying very high, that has very worldly power, that has status and authority, and is very ready for action. Okay, all of these distracting thoughts that you've been having, group number 2, they're all going to form. They're going to come into formation. If you know that song of Beyonce, come on ladies, let's come into formation. That song just popped into my head. But I just do feel like all these thoughts that were just scattered everywhere, and you were sending frequencies out. You see that? Every thought is a cup, and every cup sends a frequency out. Thoughts are very powerful. So you were sending these frequencies out, not knowing what they were, what you were sending out. But you get to organize it all, and you get to form it. You put all of it into formation. That's the Emperor. It's when you can harness all the power you've been given and then influence with it. You demand respect and obedience with it. You can handle so much with this power. Oh my goodness, this is such a powerful reading for you guys. The Emperor takes control of their life, and a lot of you, pile number 2, you confusion, lostness, just wandering energy. Gemini full moon is not having that. Now, Gemini full moon cards are the Magician and the Lovers. These are resin cards. If you want to pick these up from my shop, they're hand poured by me and my partner, and they have herbs and oils, and every month or so we have a different theme. Okay, so the Magician and the Lovers card is very corresponding with Gemini energy. If you want to create if you want to work with this energy even more and harness this energy even more, you want to keep the Magician and the Lovers card with you around this full moon. Light some candles near it. On these resin cards, you can actually use dry erase markers and write on the back, and then erase it when the intention is done, and then write a new intention. You could do that with my cards, or you could print out the Lovers and the Magician card, or if you have a tarot deck, pull them out and use them. Keep them under your pillow. Keep them around. Keep them near photos, at least until this full moon is over, because you want these energies inside of your home, and you want the full moon to activate these energies inside of your home. Magician helps you attract and manifest. And the Lovers, of course, lovers, romance, love, but also to help you clear-headedly make decisions and move forward. The Emperor is a very leader type of an energy, and they follow themselves rather than sheep. The very Aries energy. So you guys are going to be tapping into a lot of that Aries energy. So make sure you take a look at your chart and see if Aries is strong, because it just seems like you flow with this Gemini energy, which is so airheady, but you get to tap into this Aries energy, fire energy of like, look, we need to organize. We need to make a plan. We need to come on, get into formation. All right, we have a few more oracle cards for you. So I'm going to pull the first one, which is going to be like maybe a few challenges you might face around this full moon in Gemini, which is surrender to setting limits. It's healthy to set boundaries in your relationships. Practice expressing your needs, and remember that no is a complete sentence. That's where the Emperor comes in. Look, pile number 2, you have a lot of power. The power was scattered. This Gemini full moon is pulling it all together. Literally, look at the moon right on top of that. All your cups. The Emperor comes to teach you discipline. So, you know, a lot of you are going to be like coming into your own and realizing like, hey, you know, this person has been saying this or doing this for so long, and I've always just been so uncomfortable. I don't like it. I don't like this joke. I don't like the way they behave towards me. I don't like the way they touch me. I don't blah, 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 whatever, right? You get to finally speak up. Because this energy right here, it will not let you keep it down or in. An Emperor will not. No. You're going to speak up, and you're going to be like, listen, no. The next card that comes up for you guys is New Love. Embrace an opportunity for love in your work prospects or for spiritual growth. However, your cups are going to be coming into formation and lining up. You find a newfound love. This could be love. If you guys hear that, it's my dog, Klaus. He actually ran away this morning, snuck out. He got in trouble. New love. So it's going to be a newfound love, whether you're in a relationship still, or it's a collective reading, so it could go so many different ways, but there's new love energy, which is just refreshed love energy. And it's because, listen, your love energy was scattered everywhere. Now that everything's coming into formation, this Lovers is actually going to reawaken your love life. So keep that in mind. Okay, the next card that comes up for you guys is Spiritual Connection. A relationship has a connection that goes beyond this lifetime. Remember that. Sometimes when we are so scatterbrained, we let a lot of thoughts and assumptions and fears and all of that stuff come in, and we start to doubt a lot of things. We start to doubt our faith in ourselves. We start to get lack mentality in money, relationships, whatever it is, right? Now this spiritual connection, I feel like it's going to just reawaken this energy, this newfound love energy within yourself, where nothing is scattered anymore. And when it's not scattered, you see everything clearly. Lovers, making a choice. And then when you see everything clearly, you get to set boundaries and your limits and what is good for you and what's not good for you. And you get to express it and speak it. The last card that comes up for you is Today for Tomorrow. So I like to pull from this deck whenever I pull like for shadow work. And the reason I pull from this deck is because this full moon is on a Saturday, and that's the day of Saturn. And I didn't want to pull a card from that shadowy Saturn aspect. And it fits so well in your reading, you guys. So Today for Tomorrow, a lot of you have been trading a version of yourself. Okay? The twins, Gemini. The Lovers is the twins. But in this case, I feel like the twins are you and you. But what forms of yourself are you trading, and for what? I want to say that again. What forms of yourself are you trading, and for what? What are you giving up today for tomorrow, and is it worth it? And that's where the Seven of Cups come in, because is it worth it? All the things that you're putting out there right now, are they worth it? Are you getting what you want back? Like everything you're shooting out there, are you getting what you want back? That's where the Magician and the Lovers, these cards correspond with Gemini energy, and they attract, and they help you think clearly, and they help you make decisions so that you can manifest the reality that you want to manifest with the Magician. Keep these cards near you. All right? I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching, and I will talk to you very, very soon. Happy full moon. Bye. Okay, pile number 3. I'm excited for your reading because this card right here, this image that you picked, reminds me so much of like Kali or Durga energy. And if you're familiar with that, or even like Medusa-ish energy, where they just have a lot of hands, first of all. And well, Medusa, I get Medusa from this image because of the hands remind me of her hair. So I feel like hands are going to be a thing. You're going to be working with your hands. And also for a lot of you, if you do work with these dark goddesses, Kali, Durga, I want to say Durga is dark, but you know, even like Santa, Medusa, Hecate, Bast, all of that stuff, I feel like I get those vibes from this card, which there was a pile earlier that I got those too. So I feel like it is an energy that they are, you know, they're present around this full moon time. So the first card that we have here is, of course, the image that you picked. The next few cards I have is I pulled some tarot. Let's go ahead and see what these are. Pile number 3. Okay. There's a few things going on here. A lot of you, I feel like this full moon in Gemini is going to make you go inwards. A lot of you are going to just be retreating. Kind of want to keep to yourself, your thoughts to yourself. A lot of you going into this hermit mode where you're like, you know, I'm just sick and tired of letting my thoughts and opinions and everything be known and expressing myself, and then people just not understanding or just being intimidated or whatever the heck, or they just like flee, or they get defensive, or they get whatever it is. I feel like your personality is so strong, especially with this King of Wands. King of Wands is an energy that is so witty and charming and optimistic. They trust in their own ideas. They trust in their own passion. They're very persuasive and they make instant decisions. And this is a power. For a lot of you, okay, I feel like pile number 3, you guys have struggled with making your own decisions and being confident in it and trusting in it. Big thing, trusting in it. 9 of Swords here is somebody that's so guarded. So guarded. Okay? King of Wands also is somebody that's very restless, and they seek thrill and action and fun and adventure, and they're charismatic. And I feel like a lot of you, have you been suppressing that version of yourself? Have you guarded that King of Wands energy inside of yourself? Because that's what I'm seeing. You took this beautiful, witty, charming, optimistic, such a beautiful, charismatic energy of yourself, and you turned it inwards, which, you know what, was a part of your journey. Look at this. See this inward beauty right here? It was a part of your journey. You went through the flames. You protected and guarded yourself, and then you turned all that inwards. Now let's see what's going to happen with this full moon. Actually, I do want to go into the 9 of Swords card a little bit more for you guys. because I feel like there's a little bit more messages that it needs to say. First of all, this card is such a symbolism of being so guarded. But also, it's a foretelling that the fears in your head are stronger than they are in actual reality. And these fears are actually, a lot of them, just in your head. There's a conflict between your head and your heart, and that's very interesting because this is such a masculine energy right here. You see that fire? And look at this. She's in bliss in water. Literally water card. Literally, right? And then this literally is fire. And I feel like you have guarded yourself for so long and isolated yourself, tuned yourself inwards, and kept so much to yourself because you just guarded yourself, because you couldn't find a balance between your masculine and feminine energy. Which is so interesting because we have the Magician card here, and then we have the Lovers card here. And these two cards are the two tarot cards that correspond with Gemini energy. And for you guys specifically, I'm telling you, pull these cards out of your tarot deck, print them out, or go to my shop and purchase these. They will run out fast. Every single month or so, we come out with a new theme, but we resin our own tarot cards. And these are infused with Blue Lotus. They're infused with Blue Tansy. They are infused with everything royalty. Okay, so some of the ingredients that you would find in Egyptian tombs are in these cards, specifically the royalty line that we have. Now, heavy energy in your heart. Heavy energy in your heart that I sense. But this full moon is taking that. It's cutting it away. Look at this. There's light around your heart. Look at this. The heaviness in your heart. It's turning around big time. Please keep that in mind. I want you guys to keep that in mind because you're going to feel a difference in your heart space. Lighter, more in flow, and very, very much less defensive. You went into your hermit mode as a form of survival. You went into your hermit mode to survive, to bring peace to yourself, to protect yourself, a lot of you. But you're coming out of that because it needed to happen, but the time for that phase of your life is over, if that makes sense, which is so exciting. Pile number 3. Now, I'm going to pull a few cards. So I did pull a few oracle cards for a few challenges you may be facing around this full moon time. And the first one is surrendering to success. So you're ready to experience abundance. Don't look back at previous roadblocks or difficulties and leap into an exciting new world of possibilities. And this is why I feel like you guys would benefit from working with the Lovers card. Lovers is not just romance and love and twin flames, soulmates, all that stuff. It's also the ability to make a decision when you are feeling so confused, when you cannot make a decision, when you feel like you cannot move forward. Keep the Lovers card near you or on the back of it. If you buy mine, you could use a dry erase marker and write your intention on the back of it. Like for me, if I was doing this, the Lovers card, and I say there was two homes that me and my partner decided that we really, really love, and we could not make our mind up, right? We would write both of the addresses on the back of the card, my name, my partner's name, and you keep it under your mattress, you keep it around, you keep it on your altar, you work it, you light incense around it, you light candles around it until you get your answer. I cannot speak for everybody, but in my personal life and my experiences, I will always get an answer. So I do want to share that with you guys. My experience, I always get an answer, so I want to share it with you guys because I truly feel like if you work it right, you will get an answer too. If you keep the Magician card with the Lovers card when you're trying to make a decision about something or clear your head about something, with the Magician card and the Lovers card, I want you to keep something of all 4 elements near the Magician card, which means earth, fire, air, and water. Everything of those elements. And just watch. 3 days before the full moon, 3 days after the full moon, and on the day of the full moon, you can do, like, make up your own ritual, look up some rituals. I have a few on my channel. There's so many on YouTube. You will be led to the ritual for you. Just work with these cards, okay? Next card that we have here, surrender to effortlessness. Stop pushing so hard. And I feel like a lot of you push so hard because you're in such a defensive and fiery energy. So much, I want to say toxic masculinity, where you're just like nothing is going to come between me and my work because that's the most important thing. But in your head, you don't want it to be the most important thing. You want this to be the most important thing, the Lovers. Or your inner peace. The art of living means going with the flow instead of trying to force the river. A lot of you have just been forcing. It's because you've just been in this defensive energy. This full moon in Gemini, though, is coming to soften you up and align you. Look at this yellow. Look at all these yellows. Align you to this energy of success, the sun, happiness, cheer, and warmth. But then with the purples here, I also see leadership, okay, coming into your own power. And domination and control is another aspect of the color purple if you work with it. Now the next two cards that I have, I wanted to pull from this deck because it is such a shadow work deck. And because this full moon lands on a Saturday, it's the day of Saturn. And Saturn is the day of discipline, responsibilities, getting things done, you know, structure and stability. And this is the card that comes up for you, is Gilded Regret. What is it that you feel like you regret that made you so defensive and so into this mentality that you need to do everything by yourself? What is it? You get to cut it out big time. Nine of Swords is really big time cutting something out. And then you finally get to see the light. Oh my God, pile number 3, this full moon is big for you. The last card that comes up for you is a love card that I pulled. So this is considering your foundation. So look at how committed you are to love. Full circle reading right here. I feel like a lot of you, pile number 3, you have this beautiful commitment and connection to love, but in your own head. When you are presented with the opportunity to experience or embrace this love in real life, you are very weary and cautious. And you have morphed yourself into maybe something that you are not. And what you have morphed yourself into is not allowing you to accept this love that gives you stability and that gives you foundation. This Gemini full moon, I want you guys to focus on your house and your relationships. And I also want you guys to tone down your tongue. You guys have a sharp tongue and you guys can blurt things out and hurt people's feelings. Tone your tongue down. There's a reason your tongue is sharp. And it is a very huge power of yours. But we need to learn how to use it softly. Look at all the blues, right? Throat chakra. Throat chakra mixed with water element, blue. And so the cards are telling me that you need to tap into that water element when it comes to your throat chakra, which means expressing your emotions but fluidly, softly. Listen, water can destroy and water can heal. You just need to decide how you use your water. We're made up of what, 60-70% of water in our own bodies. How do you want to use it? The last card we have, a Gilded Regret. I think we already talked about that, but I felt like there's a lot of things going on here with hair energy too. So get a haircut around this full moon because it will really help you release excess energy. Also, our hair is our antenna to source, to our divineness. So cut a little bit of your hair, trim a little bit of your hair just to get rid of that dead excess so that your antennas can be nice and fresh. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Thank you so much for watching and I'll talk to you very, very soon. Pile number 4, everybody that picked this dragonfly image. Let's get into your reading of this full moon that we're having in Gemini and what it's going to be bringing to you. So, first of all, if you guys hear that, my window is right in front of the camera, so it's all the cars and trucks that's going by. But the first card that we have here is this dragonfly image, and I do want to talk a little bit about this regarding my experience specifically, because if you guys were drawn to this pick a card reading, then of course my energy is going to be intertwining with your energy somehow, some form, right? If you guys watch the Wheel of Time, it's just everything, that's how everything is weaved. And the dragonfly for me is such a huge symbolism for my grandpa. He used to have this pond in the backyard, and the last ways that I connected with him, he had lung cancer, and they only found it when it was in stage 4. And so the last ways that I would connect with him, when I would hang out with him and like spend time with him, was in front of his pond. And one thing we connected with all the time was dragonflies. Oh my god, when dragonflies would come and sit on the pond, he had like I think it was lotus flowers. It was so pretty, you guys, and me and him just found it so majestic. We would just become like encaptivated under a spell every time a dragonfly would come sit on his pond, and we would both just look at it, talk about it, and it was just the best thing ever. And I remember when he was in the hospital, he couldn't really, tend to his pond in his last days of life. I went to check on the pond, and there was a dragonfly there, and I took a picture, and he got to see it before he passed away. He never got to see his pond again, but I think at least I got to show him a picture of it with a dragonfly. So I connect with him a lot with dragonflies. I wanted to share that story with you guys because our energies are intertwined. So this may be a lot of ancestral energy for you, and maybe like signs and symbolisms of a loved one that has passed away. So let's get into your reading. Such a beautiful energy. Just warmed my heart. Pile number 4. Warmed my heart. Okay, let's get into the tarot. I pulled a few tarot, and then I pulled a few oracles. So we'll get into the tarot. We have the King of Pentacles, and then we have the 5 of Pentacles, and the Pentacles on Pentacles on Pentacles. All right. A lot of earth energy here. A lot of you are just going to be focusing completely on domestic stuff, earthly stuff. There's no confusion here. There's no being all up in your head. There's no not knowing what direction you're going. Oh, your decisions are made. You are organized. You know what you want. You know where you want to go. Oh, you guys are on fire. Okay, earth energy, Pentacles energy here. I don't even know where to start. Let's start with the King of Pentacles here. Okay, King of Pentacles is an energy that comes to tell you that you are going to have a very fruitful full moon. I see a lot of you holding onto your possessions here, and like just obtaining something that you want to just keep so near and dear and close to your heart. King of Pentacles also, it's an earthly achievement, and it's also very high status. So don't be surprised if people are looking up to you, coming to you for advice a little bit more around this time, just really looking at you. King of Pentacles is also a person that really loves earthly riches. They love the finer things in life, sweetness of life, and that's okay. I do want to say that again. That's okay. And I feel like a lot of you needed to hear that. King of Pentacles is a person that is very clever in business and finances, and they are a very hardworking, patient person when it comes to work and finances and career. And they don't fall for corruption or dishonesty. They're very loyal to their work and their craft. So I do see a lot of you that maybe you're going to be starting a new business, and you're not going to let anybody tell you nothing. You are going to start this business. So keep that in mind. The King of Pentacles foretells, it's an omen, it's a sign of entrepreneurship. And this is a sign of somebody that's very reliable as well. So somebody in your life that is a masculine energy is very reliable. I feel like I want to say earthly reliability, where like if your car broke down, they'd be there. If you needed something, they'd be there physically. And I feel like you get to know who that is, you get to see who that is, you get to appreciate it, and this bond just grows and forms, and it's just a beautiful bond. And it warms up your heart chakra. Look at the greenery here. So much heart chakra energy. And literally it is the heart chakra card. So a lot of your heart chakra is going to be awakening, but it's going to be awakening because of something that happens physically in the physical world. The Ace of Pentacles. The Ace of Pentacles is when the universe presents you with earthly goods. You guys, oh my God, I don't know if you're gonna like get a huge bonus, win the lottery. Like there's a huge form of abundance coming in with this full moon. And this is a collective reading, so I can't really say like what specifically, but dang, something's coming in big. The aces are the beginning of something. It's the cause of something. It's an upsurge of energy that is coming in. It's a very fast new beginning. And in this case, it's a very fast new beginning in your physical world. So physically, either you're moving or something is going on physically very fast and very, very good. Very good for you. Ace of Pentacles also talks about it's like a sign and an omen of rewards coming for hard work that you put in. This is also earth energy. So much earth energy here. A lot of you, I feel like, are going to be connecting with plants, gardening, cannabis, herbs, cooking more. Just you're working with a lot of plants and earthly, like soil, wood, metals. A lot of you just going to be just entranced by it and just engulf yourself in it. And there's going to be materialistic wealth and success and abundance and financial rewards that come from it. There's a lot of financial growth here with this full moon in Gemini. Like extreme prosperity. Growth in an area of your life that has to do specifically with pure money or, currency. Wow. Damn. You guys, I'm jealous. Like, there's some really big form of money coming in here. So I'm going to go ahead and pull the rest of your oracle cards. So a few challenges I wanted to pick from this surrender deck that you may be having around this full moon. Now, the two that came up is surrender to joy and surrender unhealthy relationships. Okay, a key to positive change in your life is to let joy in and to savor it. And I feel like a lot of you had such a hard time doing that because in your head, you're always worried about the bills and the chores and the responsibilities and the house and this is broken and that needs to be fixed and that needs to be paid and that, you know what I'm saying? And it just, I feel like a lot of it grounded you so much that it didn't allow you for growth in your head. And it has to do with our root chakra and our crown chakra. If our root chakra is way too strong, then we are too grounded and we are just too serious and way too focused on everything in the physical reality, And then if we're too much in our head, in our crown chakra, then, you're so airheady and confused and all of that stuff. Now, the next card is surrendering unhealthy relationships. So let go of relationships that don't serve you, including unavailable and toxic people. You deserve to be treasured by others and to be surrounded by positive people. Of course you do. And you get to see that. Remember, we get to see that with this King of Pentacles energy. I also wanted to talk about the Five of Pentacles. I don't think that I really went too deep into the Five of Pentacles, but this is, a lot of you have had so much strain and anxiety over money. That's the Five of Pentacles. And oh my God, I see something coming with this full moon. Okay, a lot of you lost your spiritual direction because for whatever reason you were unable to just find comfort and stability. Okay, and you didn't feel belonging or welcome, and you just felt like this Five of Pentacles, like just so much pressure. You feel like you're spread so thin. You have needs that just don't seem to be fulfilled, and you just find yourself asking yourself all the time, is it all on me? Like, you feel alone in a lot of responsibility. But oh my Lord, this full moon is going to bring you help. And it's also going to bring you some clarity on relationships that may be draining your finances. So keep that in mind. Joy. There's going to be a lot of happiness coming in, and this is because of this financial stability that's coming in. So keep that in mind too. I also pulled from a love deck that I have. I wanted to get a love message for this full moon in Gemini for you. Pile number 4. We have relationship patterns. It takes strength to recognize the need for change. So there's going to be a shift in your... I want to say not just one relationship, really. A few different relationships are going to, the dynamic of this relationship is going to shift because you, first of all, you're going to come across some money. And then second, it's just you get to see where your money's being drained and you don't want it anymore. And you're going to stand up for yourself. And I feel like the ancestors are there to help. The last card that I pulled is from this shadow deck that I have. Well, I pull cards from this deck for shadow work. And I felt like this full moon is on Saturday. So that's the day of Saturn. And it's so much about discipline and shadow work and structure and stability and responsibilities, right? So what came up for you is Queen of My World. Pile number 4, your responsibility and your priority should be yourself. And to honor the feminine nature of yourself, whether you're a man or a woman, we all have this masculine nature in ourselves and this feminine nature in ourselves. And we're being asked this time to tap into this feminine nature of ourself, which is so much of our beauty and our creative side. Paying more attention to the things that make us feel beautiful, that make our heart feel beautiful, that make our mind feel beautiful, that make our environment and our life feel beautiful. What are those things to you? Make it a priority. All right, you guys, that is your full moon reading. I hope you enjoyed. You guys are the luckiest pile. Happy full moon, and I'll talk to you very soon.